Welcome to another episode of Eye on Health. I'm your host, Howard the Rick, and our special guest for today is Emmett Brown from Group 5 Entertainment. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me on the show. I'm so excited to be here to talk about our product. Before we get started, I would just like to give a little shout out to my Group 5 Entertainment co-workers back home. Brian, Jordan, Joyce, Amanda, we made it. Thanks for all the help.
This is the big time. You're right. Well, you're here to demonstrate and promote a unique game that you've created, that Group 5 created. Why don't you tell us about it?
Yeah, it's a great game. Basically, we found out that many of the patients that we go to the doctor, they would have trouble really saying what brought them there. I mean, they would have something that brought them there, like a diagnosis or a feeling,
Sure.
But once they get there, they couldn't carry a meaningful conversation. And we found this gap with a sample population. When we had people come out of the hospital, we asked them, and they said, we're having trouble communicating. Or once we leave that office, we're like, Daggumit, I wish I would have asked my provider about that. And so that's what we came up with this game. That's why we called it Daggumit, I wish I would have asked my provider about that. Because have you said that?
I've said that, yeah.
Maybe not dadgummit, but we're trying to be, correct here.
Sure.
But I know I've said it, and it's frustrating because on average, the wait time just to get in and see the doc. This is a good thing. It's 23 minutes, and then once you get in there with the doctor, you have 15 minutes. 15 minutes to tell them everything, and then once that doc leaves, and then they ask you, "Hey, is there anything else?" And you're like, "No, ma'am, no, sir." As soon as you walk out, that's when it hits you. It's that dadgummit.
Absolutely.
So we found the need, and we want to kind of just fill it, and that's why we came up with this game.
Very good. So tell us about it a little bit. How do you play this? How do you apply this? How does the average person apply this when they're playing it?
Okay. Well, you might have noticed we kind of took a template from a game that maybe you've known, or I definitely played it on date nights and stuff with my wife, is categories.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
So in categories, you have this dice that you roll that has the alphabet on it, all 26 letters on the alphabet, A through Z. And you would roll the dice, and let's say if it comes up with B. And then you grab a list, and you have the list of just random items going down, 1 through 12. And for example, like what you see in the sky. So you'd have to relate that B to what you see in the sky. So you write the list. So what you see in the sky, you write balloon. So you get a point for that. And then the number 3 below that would be a famous artist, or a famous celebrity. And if you put Bob Barker, come on down,
Mm-hmm.
you'll get 2 points like that. So we noticed that we found this game, and it's a great game. So we kind of took that game, but we made it our own. We don't want to get sued or anything. So that's what we came up with, Daggumit. The point of the game is to get 100 points total, and you can split up to 12 players can play. A team of 3, you split them up, four teams of 3, basically, and with that one person being the leader of the team. That leader of the team will grab a funny feeling. Funny feeling are sneezing, perspiration, retail therapy, stuff that we have in our modern day life that we don't think sometimes that could be, a medical issue. So on our cards we have, a healthcare related issue, like, hey, you might want to get seen if you have this. And then on the other side of the card we have non-healthcare related, just random stuff. Okay. For example, we'll go over this card right now. I just pulled up retail therapy. So in a normal setting, shopping, debt problems, impulse purchases. But while I'm going down this, I'm going to tell you a little bit about the rules. So we have 12 of these to describe retail therapy, that funny feeling at the top. So when that one person, the leader of the team, is going to go, okay, shopping, and the other teammates have to say, okay, I don't know what it is. What's that funny feeling with shopping? I don't know. So they'll go to another one, too, debt problems. Maybe they'll get it there. Maybe they'll go retail therapy. And if they get it there, they'll get 10 points.
Gotcha.
So if you answer it faster, you get more points, basically. So the longer it takes you to answer, the less points you get.
Sure.
But on the other side, with being healthcare related, you want to think about it. Depression. Hey, that's a healthcare issue.
Yeah.
That might need to be seen. Many people are depressed.
You want to communicate.
Definitely want to communicate that to your provider. Obsessive compulsive disorder. I mean, you go in there, you go into a Target, everything's on sale. You're grabbing everything, you know? So you definitely want to go in there and talk to your provider about that. So you got your healthcare related list. And the good part about this game too, you get a bonus. So if you get the answer correct, you have time to get a bonus points. Basically, if you get the bonus saying if it's healthcare related, like basically needs to go get seen in healthcare, medical issue, you'll get 10 bonus points. If not, you just won't. So like I said, the first player to 100 points wins. And there's a time limit also. So you just turn your little hourglass over and then go. So we made it simple and easy for the oldest adult to the youngest.
To the youngest. So it's okay for kids to play this?
Yes, it's definitely okay for kids.
Kids would be able to understand
yes,
this? Okay.
Yes. I mean, not the toddlers and stuff like that.
Sure.
We're talking, maybe 7 and above probably would understand. Hey, mommy, this is not so normal.
They have a funny feeling.
Yeah, they have that funny feeling.
Excellent.
Correct.
Very good. So why do people need this, or why would somebody want to, why should somebody go purchase this and play it, introduce it to their friends and family?
Well, that's a good question. The reason why people should go out here and purchase it, and people in America should, or all over the world, is because you have that short amount of time with the provider. And have you been in there?
Yeah.
I mean, what do you feel,
Yeah.
I mean, I feel rushed, and that's what our guys came up with. We just feel rushed, and we need to identify, and basically not everybody in this, we're just so rushed, and we always have to go. There's not really any time for you just to take the time and to write down what's going on, Or just like I'm a healthcare provider, I'm a nurse. I like to brush stuff under the rug, I'm like, I'm not sick, I'm not this. I'm the last one to go.
Nurses are the worst.
Oh, we are the worst.
Yeah.
We are the worst. So we want to make sure that we are being seen at the appropriate time and not wasting the doc's time nor wasting our time. So instead of, trying to do a checklist or something, we're going to play a game to be like, oh man, I have that symptom. I have that. Or I might need to go get seen. And it'll open up the door more with the provider, more of that conversation, which we need.
Excellent.
So.
Yeah, very good. Hang on tight. We're going to go to a quick commercial break, and we will return with our guest, Emmett Brown, and talk about more of this Daggumit.
Well, Paul, thank you so much for coming in today.
Thank you.
Is there anything else that you would like to ask me?
I can't think of anything.
Okay. Well, thanks so much for coming in. I
Sure.
hope you feel better.
Thank you. Daggumit! I wish I would have asked my provider about that.
Has this ever happened to you when you've gone to the doctor's office and you have something on your mind that you need to say and you just couldn't get it across? But wait no longer. Group 5 Entertainment has come up with this wonderful game called Daggumit. I wish I'd have asked my provider about that. But don't listen to me. Here's some testimonials of our people that really love this game.
Hi! Before Daggumit, I didn't even know I had a problem. But once I started playing and I learned that I'm an addict. I love to shop. I just got this shirt and I have so many more just like it. I shop. And I realize now I have an addiction and I can talk to my doctor. Thanks, Daggumit!
Before Daggumit, I couldn't find the words to say to my provider. Now he can't get me to shut up.
Guten Tag. Before Daggumit, I could never talk to my provider about what's going on with my schnitzel. So after Daggumit, I could talk to my provider and he provide medicine to make me better. Thank you, Daggumit.
In the past, whenever I go to the doctor's office, I always left thinking that I was healthy when the reality is I wasn't, because I didn't know how to tell the doctor how I was really feeling. Then I was introduced to Daggumit. Through Daggumit, I was able to find much better ways to tell the doctor how I was really feeling so that he could give me a better diagnosis. Now I feel 100% better every day.
Hello. I would like to say something about Daggumit. It's very good program. I had problems, serious problem. Could not go, poopski. No poopski. Had problem talking to doctor. And now because of Daggumit, a poopski, no problem. Able to talk to doctor, tell him all about it. Thank you, Daggumit.
Why wouldn't you get the game now? So order now, 1-800-HAD-6370. Call now, 1-800-HAD-6370. If you call now, we'll throw in a funny fill-in book by Doc X, signed. Call now, only $19.95.